what's up, YouTube? My name is Austin, and before I get into anything, I just gotta say a big thank you to everyone. I'm a little overwhelmed by how much people are interested in hearing about my training and what my training history has been like, what motivates me, because training for me has been my passion for years. And the fact that I can share that passion with people and inspires other people, that's even more motivating for me. So the fact that you guys are interested, I say a big thank you. And so I'm gonna start out this type of video series of where I'm talking is, I'm gonna go into some detail of different aspects of my training. Who am I? What do I train? What do I do? And to start off, I'm gonna give you a quick brief overview of what does my kind of training look like over the years. And so the first type of training I ever did was skateboarding. I probably skateboarded from age 6 to 13 or so. And then by the time I got into high school, when I was 14, I learned about weight training. I started doing weight training for a few years. And then as I continued to go down that path, I learned about calisthenics or body weight training, gymnastics strength training. And I started realizing, wow, I can get stronger without using these weights. I could work out at home with zero equipment. And then I got so into that I wanted to start training gymnastics at a gym. I had no experience with that. And then by the time I was a junior in high school, I found this gymnastics gym. I applied there to start coaching. And I talked to them and said, hey, I have no experience with this, but I'm willing to learn and I'm excited to teach people. So if you guys are up for teaching me, I'll relay that to all the people out there. And they took me under the wing and I got the unique experience of learning gymnastics as a student and as a coach at the same time. And so I strictly did gymnastics strength training for probably about 4 years at that point. And I got really strong. I could do as much stuff as possible on rings. I love tumbling, I love flipping, everything related to the gymnastics field. And then there was a small period of time where I had some injuries that I was dealing with from basically overtraining, and my body started breaking down. And I realized if I'm injured, I can't train. I love training, and if I can't train, I don't feel that good. It was kind of like, oh, this is affecting me emotionally. I'm so attached to this, which you shouldn't be too attached to training, but as you're younger, you kind of attach yourself to those kind of things. And so during that time period where I was injured, I was like, oh, I gotta find something that works for me. And then later down that line, I started to find climbing. And I realized that climbing is a little bit of a less of a high impact type of sport, but still involves me using my body weight, putting myself in different positions. And there's a mental challenge of figuring out how to get up something in terms of climbing. So I started to shift over from gymnastics strength training to climbing training. But I used the knowledge I gained through gymnastics training and applied it to my climbing training. That's why when I first got into climbing, my favorite thing to do were dynos, where you just jump and catch a big move. It was one of my favorite things to do, still is. And so up until this present moment, I mainly do climbing training. I still do some gymnastics strength stuff on the side to supplement it, but for the most part, climbing is my primary form of training. And in my future videos, I'm gonna dive a little bit more into detail of what my training routine looks like, what my training routine looked like when I did just gymnastic strength training, what it looks like if I'm doing just climbing training, and all of that. But for now, I'm gonna leave you with this kind of brief overview so you kind of get an idea of what my histories look like. If you've been interested in this type of stuff that I'm talking about, or you have suggestions of other things you would like to hear, let me know and I'll release as many videos kind of like this as possible. And as I learn a little bit more about how to edit and put things together, I'll be putting out a lot of montages of the different types of training I've done and kind of commentate over that. So that's some plans I have for the future. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you soon.